Alright, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So today what I'm going to be doing is giving a full debrief recap of the first race weekend that we just... Basically, it's a 3-day weekend. On Friday, Saturday, and Sunday are different days of the event. So the first day is Friday, which is the test day. You just want to make sure your car works, you want to work on your laps, whatever you want to do. You have 5 different sessions to work there. And the 25-minute sessions throughout the day, so you have almost 2.5 hours of track time. Then Saturday, you have a practice in the morning, qualifying, and then the race. And on Sunday, you have a qualifying session, and then the race. So what we did this weekend was, so from last race last year to now, this whole winter break, we had a lot of different things to work on. So me and my race coach, Will Schrader, we did a bunch of different things to get my driving style different, get it proper for the cars, because I have a karting background, so we wanted to get a lot of the car racing techniques down. And then we worked a lot on video, watched a lot of video, we watched a lot of different things on how to get my driving technique right. So we worked a lot on slip angle, we worked a lot on threshold braking, trail braking, things like that. So on Friday, the main focus that we did was to work on threshold braking in the spots that we needed, trail braking into corners where we needed, flat shifting where we needed, slip angle, so getting the car to slide around the corners, drift a little bit, because the Miatas, you want them sliding to be fast. So we worked a lot on that in the first couple sessions on Friday, and just right then, like, now that I knew what I was doing in the car, it just blew me away. Like, the car was just miles faster. We were just way better and more confident going into the weekend. And then the third session, we did a lead follow, him and I. So we were both on the radio, communicating with each other. We worked on some drafting stuff, worked on me leading and him seeing my line, then me following him just to firm everything up. And then the fourth session, I went out by myself just to run some laps, get things working more, just some more practice. And then the final session, just did some more lead follow, some more drafting practice, just to get ready for the weekend. And also this year, so we have a new tire. So we run the Toyos now in some races, because before we were on a Hoosier, which is a softer tire, so I'm used to that. Where now is a Toyo we're running, which is a bit harder, so it should last longer, but they do drive different. So the last session, we actually put on the Toyos to get into this weekend to kind of feel it out, see how we're going to do. And it was a new experience. It was something different, so I was a bit slower than I expected, but it was good to have them on before the weekend. And then, so that was all Friday. So we felt really good after Friday, felt really confident with the car, things were going good, and then now Saturday. So here's Saturday. Now, we qualified 9th on Saturday, and it wasn't the best qualifying position, but we managed to get through it. I didn't get a great session, had some open laps that I didn't get to optimize. Put on a new set of Toyos, just worked in with those. And then, qualifying, we just ran some laps. It wasn't a whole lot to do. But the more important thing on Saturday was the race. So I actually ended up starting 8th because one of the drivers ahead missed weight. So I ended up starting in 8th position going into the race. I got a good start. I came in to 7th. I came in at 7th on the start and hung out there for quite a bit of the race. There wasn't a whole lot that I could do. So something we found out early on Saturday and kind of carried into Sunday, which didn't really help us. So we were having some motor issues, so we don't have quite the top end speed. And if you watch my race videos, which will be the link in the description, you can watch those and you'll just see in the corners I'm fine with the cars around me. Getting onto the straights, I'm fine with them. And then once I grab 4th, you can just see them build a big gap. So I had no way of passing them, even though I could run better through the corner, leading on the straight, and I had nothing to defend with as they were passing me. So that was a big detriment to us. But after the weekend now, we are getting that smoothed out, fixed, and that will no longer be an issue for us. For now, we're talking about the same weekend. So that was our detriment in Saturday. Wasn't a whole lot I could do. I was racing on the cars around me. But overall, like, it just really solidified our understanding of how we were able to drive well through the corners. I was able to drive good in the corners. If anything, I would either stay with them or I'd pull a gap, or I would lose stuff on the straights, but then I'd close in braking and close on the corners on the drivers ahead, which is really comforting to know that the car itself, the handling of the car and my driving have come together, and it's very nice to have that. Whereas now we just need to get the motor power down, and then we will be in a much better spot. So I ended up finishing the race 7th on Sunday, or I ended up finishing the race in 7th on Saturday. I really would like for you guys to watch this the race video that's linked, because it'll just show the whole race and everything about that. And now moving on to Sunday. So Sunday was a really good day as well, with what we had to work with. So on Sunday I qualified in 6th and started the race in 6th. So we're outside row, outside column, outside lane, in row 3. So it wasn't a horrible spot. It was a pretty good spot. So I have 17 drivers. We started in 6th, which is really a good spot to start in. I got a decent run going down to the start, because you're going slow, so the motor still appeared to have good power. And I came out of the start in 6th, a solid 6th. So we built a gap a little bit out of the first corner from the drivers behind, and then I didn't have anything on the straights. I couldn't get the drivers ahead of me. I couldn't catch back up on the straights because they built a gap on me a bit, and I was able to hold the drivers behind me for 70% of the race. I built a gap on them early in the race, and then as the wind was really windy on Sunday, so I didn't have much to helping me on the straights, because there's 3 drivers behind. They all teamed up and were able to draft up to me and then draft past me, where I was basically the windbreak with no top end power. So they all passed me on the back straight. Like I said before, the link is in the description of this video for the race, and I'd really like for you to watch that so you can see my whole race and see how we actually did. But moving on, I sat in 5th for about 70% of the race, so I got up to 5th. We had a really strong drive for a majority of the race, and then as the drivers behind me caught me, I had nothing. There was no way I could hold them back. They drafted up to me. The motor was just causing us some issues on the straights. But like I said before, the one thing that was really comforting and solidifying to us was that I was quicker than them in the corners, and I was able to not only hold the gap, but if anything, I was able to build a gap as well. And that was very nice. And after they draft past me, I was able to somewhat hang in their draft on the straight, so they didn't pull me too bad. But I was able to, I was not able to pass them back, but I did hold on to a 7th place finish, which was very, very comforting to, even though we didn't have the greatest motor, but we did have a good drive, that we ended the weekend on a high note. Well, I'd say a good note. I wouldn't say a high note. I mean, if we had the right motor, and if things had played out a little different and could see that, then we will, I would say we ended on a high note. But for the most part, I would say the weekend went over very well. Friday was a very good day. Like, at the track, I was actually talking to people, and I had mentioned to them, I believe I drove much better on Friday alone by the end of the day than I did all last season and the season before. So this is my 3rd season, and I think I've jumped milestones ahead just in one day of testing. So that's my weekend recap. That's my whole race. So Friday was a really good day. Saturday and Sunday, the motor started falling off, and we had those issues. But nonetheless, with the motor issues, I think we still had a very good weekend. And now we're looking ahead to the next race. So the next race is going to be on April 30th to May 2nd. So it's Friday test day, Saturday, Sunday race at Portland International Raceway with no chicane. So we're very excited for that. So we've taken the car down this weekend, pieces fixed, so that we will have the power for the next race, because it's no chicane, so we do need that straight speed. So thanks for watching my video. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I would like to thank all of my sponsors and partners, Smack Plastics, Flex Tank USA, Clean Manufacturing, Choker Creative, Fixie Wheels, and Absplay Media. It's my YouTube channel. But that's what you're watching this on right now, so thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.